Prime Minister Michel, welcome to Jerusalem. I look forward to our conversations. We have much to discuss, both bilaterally and I think on the larger scene. Larger scene, I don't mean just the Middle East, but the sparks that fly out of the Middle East and affect now every country, including Belgium, tragically, and every continent around the world. Our bilateral relations are healthy in terms of trade. We have about $3 billion of trade between us. We could have more. We have strong industries, strong knowledge industries, and I think that the future belongs to those who innovate. I know that we're both in pharmaceuticals, but new industries are developing. And the way we can sustain the living standards for our peoples depends on our ability to incorporate technology in practical applications. I give you an example. Israel today has a car industry. A few years ago, we had no car industry. But we had $3 billion investment last year in our driverless car technology. We have 500 startups. A few years ago, a decade ago, we had maybe one, at most two. So this is expanding and creating new opportunities. And my point is that small countries can have powerful economies. Israel is such an example, and in Belgium you have your own strengths. I think that if we cooperate, we can increase the prosperity of our peoples for a common benefit. Second problem, of course, is the great challenge of terror. It emanates, we should say so unequivocally, from radical Islam that brings tremendous misery to our region and proceeds elsewhere with unrestricted violence. Israel has been at the forefront of the countries that fight militant Islam. We share our intelligence on terrorism. I think in a larger sense, Prime Minister, it's important to recognize that Israel is the strongest force in the Middle East that prevents the collapse of the western part of the Middle East. If that were to happen, we would have untold misery to many, many more millions of residents of the Middle East and a great increased flow to Europe. Israel prevents that. In many ways, it is the most powerful force, among others, that prevents this tragedy from increasing. And I think in this sense, Israel is doing an important service for the peoples of Europe, including Belgium. We'll continue our cooperation on counterterrorism and many other things that I think are important for the safety and security of both our peoples. And finally, on the quest for peace, I think the problem that we lack, for which we lack peace with the Palestinians, is the simple truth. The persistent Palestinian refusal for the last 70 years, 68 years since Israel was established, to recognize a Jewish state in any boundaries. This is the core of our particular conflict. I look forward to the day when we have Palestinians who are willing to recognize finally the Jewish state. That will be the beginning of peace and a great step forward to achieving it. I welcome you and your delegation. I hope we can continue fruitful discussions between us. Welcome to Jerusalem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister. It's for me a great pleasure to be here, to have this opportunity to have a frank and open exchange of views with you. And I confirm we have a very good bilateral relationships. It's very important for us. Also in Belgium, we try to develop our economy in order to have more employment, to support our social security, to guarantee the financing of the social security. I'm sure it will be possible in the future to upgrade the economical cooperation between our two countries. It's my hope, it's also my will. Second point, I agree with you. The security is a crucial issue for your country, of course, for your people, of course, but also in Europe. And you have tried the last months, the last year in Belgium to take more measures, concrete measures. I'm also very happy with the good cooperation. A few weeks ago, my Minister of Security was here in your country in order to upgrade the cooperation between our two countries in the fight against terrorism. And I hope it will be possible to succeed and to make more progresses in these very sensitive and very important issues. And last point, the peace process. I'm sure we will have the chance to discuss, to be frank. I am sure also because we have a good bilateral relationships, it is possible to have an open exchange of views, and also about the sensitive issues between Europe and Israel, between Belgium and Israel. Thank you for this opportunity to meet you. I'm very pleased to be here, and I hope that it will be a very fruitful exchange of views. I thank you.
Bienvenue.
Merci.